Yo, what's up, everybody? Kevin here. Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys all for tuning in early. And this month is Trick Month. So, been going through a lot of footage from the last year of snowboarding and compiling all my snowboard tricks into 1 month. So if you guys have any trick requests for tutorials, definitely let me know because I'm going to be dropping a lot of trick tutorials this month. So any requests, leave them for me in the chat. And yeah, big shout out to everyone that's watching. I hope you guys are all safe out there. Hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, it's been a long quarantine this last month or so, but I feel like we're coming out the other side of it. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Let's get into some of the comments in the chat already, and some shout outs to El Stacker, always coming in early, Highland Cow, Old Man Shredder, King Shady, Gesh Bros, Ilana, Snowboard Owl. Thank you guys all for tuning in super early to the chat. And yeah, stoked to be on here talking to you guys for the next hour or so. So if you have any questions, definitely hit me up. And yeah, stoked to talk to you guys. We got Jose Bortista on here as well. And Old Man Shredder with the first super chat says, make a new skate vid with Jill. And shout out to the DWCP. Yeah, I definitely want to get skating soon. That'd be really fun. And get Jill on a skateboard too, my wife Jill. That'd be fun. Yeah, one of the best things to do in these summer months is get on a skateboard to practice your board skills. All right. And Jose Bortista saying his phone is acting up. I hope the stream is all good, man. Shout out to all the moderators on the channel as well. Christian with kind of a question says, I fit a 130 snowboard, 140 board, and I want a park freestyle board. Any suggestions? Yeah, so board length is based on your weight. So when you're shopping online for a snowboard, compare it not just the length of the board, but look at like where your weight falls into that length. And for like a freestyle, like a park board, you always want to be on the shorter side of a board. So if the board range for you, if you weigh say like 150 pounds and it says you can go from say like a 150 to a 158, you want to stick towards the shorter end of that scale for park. Shorter boards make riding park much easier. All right, yeah, loads of people coming into the comments. Yeah, if you guys haven't yet, definitely give this video a like too. And yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Camden says, hi Snowboard Pro Camp, love your vids. Missing you snowboarding. Hope to meet you with David soon. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, where are you from? Where's your local snowboard spot? Because yeah, I'm missing snowboarding as well. I've had my eye around the world on like where could be opening for snowboarding. And yeah, there's a few countries that are possibilities. I think the most likely one is for me from Canada going down to the US, maybe down to Mount Hood for some snowboarding. I saw that Timberline was maybe going to open. Timberline in Oregon may open in the next few weeks. And the only hurdle for me would be going from Canada down to the US, because at the moment the border is closed. So you can't cross the border just for fun. You have to have like a real reason. But at the moment, yeah, I can't cross the border, but that I think is coming up May 20th. They're going to decide whether or not to open the border or to continue to have it shut. So yeah, if they open the border and if Mount Hood in Oregon opens Timberline, then I'll be heading down there to snowboard. That's probably the first option. Other than that, I know that our friends of the channel in London, Yannick and Rav, were telling me that in Austria, you can actually, if you fly to Austria, I don't know if this is all airports, but I think it was in Vienna. If you fly into Vienna, Austria, you can actually pay to be tested. And if your test comes out clean, then you can go into the country. And there's a few places like Hintertux in Austria where you can snowboard through the summer. So that's an option as well. And also so New Zealand is going through like their stages, and I think they're in stage 2 at the moment. And so stage 2, everything is still shut, but I think in stage 3, they're going to start opening to locals for snowboarding. And then maybe stage 4, they're going to open up to foreigners for snowboarding. So that's going to be, I believe those are the stages. If I'm wrong, maybe somebody knows better. But those are the possibilities from New Zealand too, to go ride in Cardrona. But at the moment too, like you can't fly into Cardrona, or you can't fly into New Zealand from other countries, I don't believe, for like tourism. So New Zealand's an option. And apparently, so the other Southern Hemisphere countries are Argentina and Chile. I don't know exactly what's happening in Chile, but in Argentina, I think their country may be closed to foreigners until September 1st. So Argentina at the moment is not an option for snowboarding. So yeah, just trying to keep an eye on where we can actually go ride. But at the moment, possibly, Mount Hood, Timberline in the States seems like the closest one. But that's if everything just continues to run smoothly. I don't know if anything's going to open here in Canada, like here in Whistler. We have the Blackcomb Glacier that is usually open every summer, but I haven't seen any headlines or read anything about Whistler opening for the summer months. And Canada, I don't think we have like a real timeline yet for opening things. I think today some things kind of may have opened back up a little bit, but we're gonna see what happens. But yeah, lots of comments coming in. Try not to ask the same question too many times because it just gets confusing to read. But thanks everyone again for tuning in. Camden Cha saying that they go to Big Bear Mountain and Mammoth. Awesome, yeah, 2 great spots. Hopefully Mammoth opens. They usually are open pretty late into the season. Luke is saying, I'm looking for a do-it-all board that would work okay in the park, groomers, and maybe powder. How does the Capita DOA sound? I would say that the Capita DOA, it's like in my opinion, the DOA is like a high intermediate to low advanced snowboard. Or like high intermediate or above, because it is a little bit stiffer. So for park tricks and for like butters, it's a little bit stiff. So not like the most forgiving snowboard or easiest board to butter. But for free riding, for like riding the groomers, it's a little bit stiffer, which is nice for stability and for riding at high speeds. But I think it just depends on your ability in the park. If you're more of like a beginner or intermediate park rider, I would go for a snowboard that's maybe a bit softer. Look through the Capita line and maybe find like a softer flex park board. Because also for powder, I feel like something that's a bit softer is easier in powder too. But the DOA, I think if you're high intermediate, low or advanced rider, I think that the DOA is a good choice. All right. Christian wants to know, is the GNU Young Money a good park board? I haven't ridden it, but it does look like a good park board. I saw a few campers riding it last year at the High Cascade Snowboard Camp, and they really enjoyed the GNU Money or Young Money. But I think it's a good choice. It's like a good sort of entry to park board. So from the last question, if you're looking for something that's a bit more beginner, low intermediate park rider, something like the GNU Money is a good choice. All right, and Highland Cow with a trick question for Trick Month, May's Trick Month. Tips on how to pop, not ollie 180s on the flat. So I think ollieing a 180 is definitely a really good skill to have. So if you're ollieing your 180s or nollieing your 180s, that's a really good skill to have because you're really like flexing and like using the nose or tail to help you get air by getting that pop. But I think for the straight pop off of both feet, just level off your edge, what you want to be doing is, I think it's important to be able to really hold your edge and be carving before you pop that 180. Because when your edge is solid and you're like carving a line, then it's really easy to pop like off of your edge and jump off both feet. And also set up the carve and the pop by doing a really like a good turn before. So like building the pressure. So if you want to do a backside 180, so popping off your toe edge off of like a toe carve, first have a good heel carve so that you go from heels and then into your toes, which creates some pressure on your board so that when you're in that toe carve, there's some pressure there and you can like push against it and give yourself some pop. So yeah, think about the turn before. So the opposite, if you're going for a front side 180, so popping off your heels in a heel carve, make sure that before that you've got a solid like toe carve, a toe turn, because that toe turn will bring the momentum and the pressure into your heel turn. And on the heel turn, if you're on your edge, then you can use that pressure to jump off your edge and get the 180 around. But yeah, that's a really good question. I hope that helps. Yeah. Let me know, guys, in the comments too, like how does the video look? How does it sound? With all this free time, I've been trying to spruce up the live chats. So I got this like funky blue light behind me. I got the microphone with like a stand and everything to get the audio sound better. And I'm using my Sony camera. So let me know, guys, in the comments how the live chats are looking and sounding. And yeah, that'd be a big help. Evan Block with the super chat says, money for your next trip to Colorado next year. Awesome. Thanks, Evan. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Definitely want to get back down to Colorado. I've been following along with Jonathan Buckhouse and Tommy Bennett's videos, and yeah, it looks like they're barely holding on to the snow still there. So that's been really cool to see. And Camden wants to know, when is the next time you're going to see David? Yeah, David Jones. Probably when I go to New Zealand. So hopefully we can travel to New Zealand sometime soon. Hopefully in August time. So I feel like unless David comes here, the next time I'll see David, or possibly we may meet up on a snowboard trip in August, maybe South America or Europe. But if I don't see him then, I'll see him probably in August in New Zealand. So it's probably going to be around August time. And we got Lee Van saying, hi from Amsterdam. What's the difference between a woman's and a men's board? I'm most of the time between a large women's size and a smaller men's size. So I think the biggest difference between men's and women's boards are, I guess, like the size. I guess women typically have a bit smaller feet, so the boards in general are just a bit more narrow and a bit smaller too. Probably they don't have as many sizes on like the larger size of boards, because I think maybe women in general just don't get as big as guys. So the boards I think are smaller just for like the weight wise and also like the shoe size. And I think that women's boards are also typically a bit softer too. So yeah, I think those are the two main things: is the size that the boards come in, probably smaller for women's boards, and they're just a bit softer overall to flex. So yeah, I think those are the two main ones. But yeah, if you fit into a men's board and you find a men's board that you like, then I feel like you could go for that too. Just as long as it's not, if it's the right size for you, then go for it. Old Man Shredder with DWC shout out and saying, skate with Jill again, please. All right, let's get Jill onto a skateboard. Evan says, yeah, we have no snow left. I live in the snowiest part here in Summit, Colorado. Awesome, man. And there's about 3 feet piles spread out. It's melting fast. Wow. Yeah, I think a lot of places the snow is melting fast for sure. And Sister JJ is on here. What's up, Jess? And she says, it's been a while. Hoping everyone is staying safe. Yeah, Jess, I hope you are too over there in Vermont. I've been checking out some of your Instagram posts, and yeah, I hope you're safe too. Thanks for the super chat. I hope to see you this summer. Camden saying, I hope Corona ends soon and we can all snowboard. Yeah, definitely. Christian saying, I'm an intermediate to advanced and I'm looking for a parkboard under 140 inches. Maybe turn that into centimeters. Yeah, the board lengths are all in centimeters. So 140 inches, that's like really big board. I'm sorry, I'm so many questions, but I just want to get the best so I can improve as much as possible. Awesome, dude. Yeah, just check him out online. Intermediate board. Check out some of the Capita boards. This board over my shoulder, the GNU Headspace, one of my favorites. Check out the Headspace. Libtech has the Box Knife and the Box Scratcher, a couple of good park boards there as well. But across every board brand, there's a few really good sort of intermediate park boards. But yeah, find one that suits you. Intermediate, advanced, so maybe something a mid flex or a little bit soft, and yeah, from there just go for it, man. Nathan wants to know, do you have a favorite park board? Yeah, my favorite park board from the last year has definitely been the one over my shoulder, the GNU Headspace. I've liked it. It's got C3 profile, so it's camber dominant. It's got the magnet traction, so it holds a really good edge on ice. It's soft enough that I can butter it, but it's also stiff enough that it feels stable riding at high speeds or hitting bigger things. Yeah, it's been my favorite park board for sure. I've been just super happy with it, like no complaints. But I may get a different park board next year just to try something different. I'm always trying. Yeah, I always want to just keep trying new boards, try new things, so that I can give you guys good feedback as well. And Jose Bautista is saying it's supposed to snow in the Northeast this weekend. LOL, but I can't go. The mountains are closed. Yeah, man. Oh, crazy. You guys are still getting snow. Cole Custom says, hi bro, I've been watching you and you taught me how to snowboard. Awesome. Cole Custom. That's amazing. Thanks. I'm glad the videos helped out. Justin Visey saying, Kev, you missed my super chat, dude. Oh, sorry, Justin Visey. Oh, there it is. I found it. Justin Visey with a tutorial request saying, stale fish tutorial. I'm down. # taco fund. Awesome, man. Thanks for the taco fund. Let's see can we get some tacos? Can we get some food in the live chat? It's like looking pretty bare. There's no potatoes. There's no tacos. Let's get some food dropping through the live chat here. But yeah, Justin, appreciate it, man. Yeah, we'll get that stale fish tutorial in the works. It's been pretty cool to like look back over all the days riding park in the last year because yeah, I have a lot of certain tricks that I was working on. I have a lot of clips of those. And it's really like showing me which tricks I haven't been trying. So I'll have to go back and make sure I have some actual clips of a stale fish. I think I do. But also there's just, it's pretty cool to go back. If you guys film yourself doing tricks, it's like a really good way to like learn just by watching yourself and seeing what you're doing. But also if you film yourself regularly, then you see which tricks you do and then what tricks you never do. So this next season, I feel like there's a lot of tricks that I haven't been doing in a while that I'm going to start doing again. But oh, people are dropping some tacos, some pizza, some potatoes in the live chat. El Stacker, he loves the potatoes. Oh, because he's from Idaho, Idaho potatoes. Thank you guys. Sam dropping all the junk foods in there. Oh, Lucas, bowls of salad. Very smart. Smart man. Old Man Shredder, I don't know what those are. Those look like squids. Are those squids? Oh, Old Man Shredder dropping the avocados. Yeah, I think that's going to be my lunch. I've got 2 avocados in my kitchen that are ripe, ready to go. So I think avocados with some toast maybe. All right. Raymond saying, I have size 14 boots. Any knowledge and experience about low profile snowboard boots? Yeah, that's a tough one. I feel like snowboard boots are becoming more and more low profile in general. I would say the boots I feel like are the most low profile are possibly Burton snowboard boots. I could be wrong, but that's just the brand that comes to mind for some reason. But yeah, I think the best bet is to try on some different boots. The number one thing always with boots is the comfort. So try on boots, keep your feet in them for a while, see which ones are the most comfortable for you. And maybe the second priority after like the comfort can be profile. But I think Burton boots are known for being very low profile. But across all boots, it's like pretty well known that they are trying to bring that profile down as much as possible. But yeah, and then yeah, get a wide board. Get a board that you're not going to have any problems with like toe or heel drag. But yeah, good question, man. And I think yeah, make sure comfort's number one, and then go for the profile. And I think Burton has the lowest profile. All right. David B saying, I got the box knife and it's killer. Would 100% recommend it for park all mountain. Awesome, man. Yeah, I had a day riding on the box knife last season as well, and I really enjoyed that board too. Good choice. Camden saying it'd be cool if you guys could visit Mammoth. Yeah, I would love to get down to Mammoth, California. I think last year they were open until like the early July, so that'd be great to get some laps in down there. Nathaniel says, hey man, I'm getting the Burton Flying V. So Burton Custom Flying V, I think. What do you think about that board? Yeah, I think it's like a good sort of do everything kind of board. You can, works the Flying V style, helps a little bit in powder. With the rocker, you got the rocker between the feet and towards the tips. So that helps keep the nose up a little bit in powder and sink the tail. And it's like a forgiving shape too, so it allows you to do pretty quick turns. And yeah, it's pretty decent in the park too. That Flying V shape again with the rocker and the camber zones under your feet giving you some pop. So you get a bit of both. You get some pop because of the camber zones, and then the rocker makes it a bit forgiving. So you get a bit of both in the custom Flying V. So I think that's a good board choice. All right. Okay. So we're going through now all the food. Oh, wow. Okay. Scott Barlow says, hit the like button, SPC crew. Show Kev the love. Awesome. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, appreciate you guys all tuning in, everyone hanging out. How many likes do we have so far? It says to me 24 likes. I think we can step that up. Highland Cow saying, how much should boots, board, and binding cost? Yeah, a snowboard setup. So I think it's around, so in American dollars, I think like the cheapest board is going to be around 300 to 350, and then boots and bindings are each probably going to be about 200. So I think it's like roughly like 300 for the board, and then 200 for the boots and 200 for the bindings. So overall, I think around 700 American for a board, boot, and binding setup. And yeah, there's certain times where you can get things on sale as well, especially if you buy gear from the previous season. So over the summer months and into the early fall, if you buy any of the gear from like last season, then test. Test. Okay, I think we're back. All right, guys, let me know if you can hear me now. Still a work in progress. Is it back? Are we back? We can't hear you. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. People can hear. Oh man, technology. So I don't know where you guys could stopped hearing me, but we'll just continue on. All right, cool. All right, sweet. Audio is back. So what was I talking about? I was talking about, oh yeah, what makes, so I don't know if you guys heard this part, but I was talking about a Burton park board and then what makes a good POW board. But yeah, check out something like the Burton Fish, something on that POW side. the fatter nose, smaller tail makes it better for floating in powder. But yeah, and I was also asking everyone where are you guys watching from? So I'm here in Whistler, BC, Canada, and it'd be awesome to see where everyone is watching from. And we got a few. Thanks everyone for giving me a heads up on the no sound. Thanks, Old Man Shredder. Super chat saying no audio. Thank you. And Old Man Shredder with a request. He says, trick vid suggestion, spins off rails. That's an awesome one, man. I have tons of clips of me coming off rails 180, front 180 or back 180, and a few front 360s. So we'll get a video on that. Good request, man. Thanks for the trick request. And thanks to NGen as well for the no audio super chat. That's a good heads up. Oh, now everyone's saying we're frozen. Now the video is frozen. Okay, good. Oh no. Oh boy. How's that? We're back. All right, I think it's coming back. Guys. And Jen with the super chat heads up as well, saying image is frozen. Thank you for the heads up. But yeah, guys, let me know where everyone is watching from. Yeah, working at the Kinks. Okay, let's read some of these. So we got Jay Snow watching from Spain. Awesome. David B saying loving the vids. Oh no, Frozen. Okay, thanks for the heads up on Frozen. Adam La Fortune watching from New York City. Awesome, man. All right, and we've got Jay Snow watching from Spain. We've got David B watching from Mississauga, Ontario. Dylan wants to know if I'd ever go to Minnesota, and you're from Minnesota, or Dylan or Dylon. I would love to come out and visit Minnesota at some point. Like, I've seen so many great videos coming out of the Minnesota area because you guys have those tow ropes, so you can just get so many quick laps through the park with the tow rope. So that'd be really fun one day to get out to some Minnesota resorts for sure, man. And Dave saying, Kevin just bought a new board on sale. I was wondering if I should still do the end of season wax for the summer like I do with my other boards, or if it's good since it's new. I would say just put some wax on it anyway, because until the next season starts, it may get dried out a little bit. And then worst case scenario is that you go to ride it first day, opening day, and the wax that came on it is maybe not really optimal anymore because it was, sitting around for the next 4 or 5 months. So yeah, I would wax it, just throw some wax on it, leave it, and then scrape it off once the season starts, and you're gonna have like an amazing waxed base for opening day. So I think like with new boards now, you might as well actually wax them. I believe that board companies too, they're trying to be more ecologically friendly. So they're using more, I guess, less potent waxes on their factory wax. So they may not have the best wax to begin with. So yeah, just give it a wax. I would just wax it anyway. Viraj Gupta saying, hey Kevin, I was wondering, where do you get your music from? In one vid, A Day in the Life of Snowboarding in Japan, the song was awesome. Do you remember how you found that song? So I use a website. It's called Epidemic Sound, and I think you pay a membership, and then it gives you access to their like music library. So yeah, that's where I get my music from. So Epidemic Sound, that's why it's like, I guess with phones now, you can, like if there's a song playing, your phone will like recognize it and pick it up. And with music from Epidemic Sound, it doesn't do that. But yeah, that's where I get all my music from. So unfortunate part, I guess, is that you have to like pay to get access to those songs. I think it goes by like if you're a YouTube content creator, the more views your videos get, the more you actually have to pay. So it may start out at a pretty low membership rate. So maybe look into that. But yeah, Epidemic Sound is where I get my music from. Tomer saying, are you riding cruisers or regular skateboards? Because I've got a penny board. If it's feeling quite close to snowboarding, especially with some high speed carving. Wow, man. Yeah, those penny board. I have a penny board as well. They're so tiny. Yeah, that's awesome. Any board sport definitely improves your balance for snowboarding. But yeah, I've got a penny board and I also have a regular skateboard. But I haven't been on either one in a while, so we'll have to get that out soon. Old Man Shredder with another super chat saying this is how the DWCP crew roll. Yeah, you guys are my you guys are giving me all the super chat heads up for audio and video, so thank you guys. And Dylan says you don't have tow ropes. No, there's not really any tow ropes here in Whistler. There's a few T-bars, but no tow ropes. I don't think there's any tow ropes here in Whistler. And Cody Kimber says, we are looking more likely to have our snow season in Oz. So keen. Hit up the new gondola. Awesome. Cody, what part of Australia are you from again? But yeah, a couple have been to Perisher the last few seasons and it's been great. So would be great to get down to Australia as well. We'll see what happens. I hope everything opens on schedule. We got Red's Cap on here saying smash the like button, folks. Awesome. Thanks, Reggie. Hope you're doing well, man. Christian says, what makes the difference between an intermediate to advanced park board and a beginner to intermediate park board? Christian, yeah, good question. So I think it's kind of personal choice, but I think in general, the more advanced park rider you are, the stiffer board you get, because at the more advanced level, you're riding at higher speeds, you're doing bigger jumps. And so you need like a stiffer board to keep you stable doing all those tricks at high speeds and at going off of bigger things. So a stiffer board at is great for advanced. But if a beginner had a really stiff and very camber specific snowboard, then it's like less forgiving. So if you're on your stiff board as a beginner, it's going to be harder to press and it's not going to be as forgiving if you kind of come off not perfectly. So for a beginner, what happens is a park board that has some rocker built into it. So basically what happens is as you get towards the tips, they're actually raising away from the snow, and that makes the board more forgiving, easier to turn, easier to butter. Beginner boards are also softer, so they're just easier to press into. More forgiving, so like you can turn and it's just gonna make quicker turns, and just better for like hitting your first boxes or for hitting smaller jumps, because you don't really need all that stability for small features. The beginner end, it's more of a softer rockered type park board. And then once you get to intermediate, that's when you can kind of get a bit of both, some rocker and some camber, and sort of in between flex at intermediate. So yeah, I hope that helps you out. And usually the price reflects the ability level too. So more beginner boards are cheaper, more advanced boards are more expensive because there's more tech going into it. All right. Cody Kimber with the super chat saying, I'm from Newcastle going to Threadbow. Awesome, Cody. Yeah, shout out to, we have a few friends from Newcastle. Sam saying, hey, Kevin, my son is showing an interest in backcountry snowboarding, and I was wondering what would be a good age to let him start. We are planning a trip to Alaska, and I'm considering a guided tour. Awesome. Yeah, that's a good question. It's kind of tough to say. I think it just depends on your son. Like how old is he? Because I feel like with some kids, like, every kid grows differently. They're different like maturity levels, but it depends on how keen they are too. But I feel like, if he's very keen on doing it, I feel like the biggest thing with backcountry snowboarding is just some of the challenges with, if it's like a guided tour where you're skinning, so you got a split board. It's just going to be about whether or not your son can like handle his own equipment in terms of like taking apart the split board, putting it back together. Is he going to be able to like walk through powder? Is he going to, be able to, is he mature enough to follow the rules if there's some, kind of emergency, like with, there's always a bit of risk with the avalanche. If you're having a guided tour, like the guide is definitely going to take you to safe places, but there's always a bit of risk. So it kind of depends on how mature your son is, and then also just how keen he is to do it, and also how big he is. So yeah, if his skill level is high in terms of riding, if he can ride through powder comfortably and get down the mountain, then I think that's like one thing to think about. Like, yeah, it's like if you get to the amazing spot, is he going to be able to ride it and really enjoy that experience? And if he can ride powder well, then that's a good thing. Yeah, the second thing would be like, yeah, can he take care of his own equipment, carrying his backpack, taking apart and putting together a split board? Is he going to be able to do all that? And then I guess, yeah, it's like, is he going to be able to keep up with hiking into the backcountry? And some kids can definitely do that. They're big enough, or they're just strong enough that they can. Doesn't mean they have to you have to keep that pace, but is he going to be able to comfortably just keep up with the group if it's a private tour or whatever? But yeah, and then also like how interested is he? So if your guided tour includes some kind of like avalanche safety course, is he going to be able to like retain some of that knowledge? But yeah, if he's like interested in it, and maybe you guys do some homework ahead of time and looking at some of the safety stuff and practice with the gear, then yeah, he could definitely be ready for it. It's tough to put an age on it, because I'm just thinking back to like when I used to teach teenagers, and I used to also teach like ages 8 to 12 for a little while. And when I was teaching those kids, like the maturity level was all over the place. Like you have some 17-year-olds that I would never take into the backcountry, but then I would have some 12-year-olds that I would. So it's a real spectrum there. So, but yeah, I think if you try out a few of those things, then you'll find out your answer. But that's awesome that you guys are contemplating that, because getting into the backcountry is super fun. Oh yeah, Cody Kimber saying, yeah, Chuck Van is also from Newcastle. Yeah, I was trying to think. I'm like, who else do I know from Newcastle? I definitely know a few people. And Reggie's saying, Kevin, I just noticed your new Smith helmet. What happened to your gyro helmet? So what happened was I was at Bear Mountain, and I forgot my helmet at home. So it was maybe only like a 15-minute drive away, but we were like at the mountain, and I left my gyro back at the Airbnb. So I just decided to buy a helmet on the spot rather than driving the 15 minutes back. driving 15 minutes to get that helmet. So yeah, the Smith helmet is just is great too. I'm glad I bought it. It's like another. It's cool to just try different helmets. But yeah, between the Smith and the Gyro, honestly, I might actually like the Smith helmet more. But yeah, I'll have to. I only rode it a couple days though. But yeah, that's what happened. I got to the mountain and I forgot my helmet at home. Um, Tiziax saying, "What's your opinion on the Burton channel binding system? Heard before that it's easy to get loose." Yeah, so it's called the Burton EST system, and I have had some problems with it, to be honest. Like I had the channel bindings for probably 5 years, and I had Burton bindings and Burton boots for more than that, maybe 10 years before that as well, and Burton boards, because here at Whistler we used to get, as instructors, we would get discount on Burton stuff. So I did have the channel bindings for probably 5 years, and I did notice that was always like an issue, was the bindings coming loose. And you would land something, you would have like a hard landing or something like would really put some like pressure or force on your board, and yeah, I would have one or maybe even both bindings move on me. So that did happen quite a bit. And I just got tired of always having to tighten the EST bindings. Like every day, go up, tighten your bindings, hope they wouldn't come loose. And then finally, I just like gave up on it. So yeah, I don't recommend EST bindings because for me, like with my experience, they have come loose on me. And I have seen other people too. I'll be riding with somebody who has an EST board, and all of a sudden I'll look at them and their bindings will just be all the way to the max, like width, because the bindings come loose. So I've seen that happen. It's happened to me. And so, yeah, I don't recommend the channel bindings. I know that some people like them so too. So if you keep your bindings tight, then yeah, maybe some people don't have a problem with it. Highland Cow wondering Newcastle, UK or Newcastle, Australia. So I think they're talking about Newcastle, Australia. Phantom saying, what is your favorite trick to do on wider boxes? I've just been getting used to boxes and I'm looking into tricks. So uh, my favorite one of my favorite tricks to do on boxes, on wider boxes, is actually like 180s on and 180s off, because they're so wide that you don't have to keep your line like perfectly straight. So it's kind of like, that's like a really easy trick to get is a 180 onto the box and then a 180 off. And then because sometimes when the boxes are so wide too, when like just going to get your board sideways and having the entire length of your board in contact with the box going sideways, sometimes will like slow your board down. So you can learn board slides on boxes as well, especially if you're kind of a little bit on the side, so that you get this half of your board coming off of the box. But for me, I find that like either like a 180 on, 180 off, or even like spinning on the box is really easy. So coming on, rotating onto the box and trying to spin like 360 or 540. Those are a couple of my favorite tricks to do on a wide box. All right. Um, Old Man Shredder telling people to chill. I like it. All right, just reading through your questions, guys. Just looking for, yeah, thank you guys for all the questions. Sam wants to know, what's your opinion on Nidecker all mountain freestyle boards? I actually haven't had the chance to ride a Nidecker board yet, so no opinion on Nideckers yet. Gary is saying hi from UK. Hemel Hempstead, I think, your local resort there. On a new board, how many days does the factory wax last before you need to wax it? I would say it's, you should probably wax it before, but if you've already ridden it, maybe just like one day. After 1 day or maybe 2 days, then it's time to wax. So I think you can get a day or two on factory wax if you really need to. Edward saying, any POW board recommendations? Opinion on the Battalion Surfer. Battalion Surfer looks amazing. I saw TJ riding it 2 winters ago in Japan, and it looked incredible. I think he loved it as well. So that's a really cool looking board. I've been riding the Libtech Orca the last couple of years and really love that board for the powder. And then if you're looking for, I think it depends. It's like, for me, I like the Libtech Orca because I feel it's very stable riding at high speeds, landing drops, like getting some air with the powder. So that's the reason I really like the Orca for stability. But if you want something if you're just going to keep your feet on the snow, if you're not going to leave it, then something that's a bit like surfier is fun too. So some of the Jones boards, what's that board called? So I always forget the name of it, but I can't remember. But some of the like volume shifted short POW boards are also a lot of fun. The Yes 420. Yeah, there's a bunch out there. The Nitro POW is another one that comes to mind. But yeah, check out some of the short and volume shifted boards with like a swallowtail. They're really fun for like very like surf inspired powder riding. You go for something like the Jones Mind Expander, which is a bit more in between. So yeah, a bit more tail on that board, but it's got like the 3D contoured nose to make it really quick going from edge to edge. The Battalion Surfer, yeah, that's a really cool choice. Or something more aggressive like the Libtech Orca, more tail, just a bit more camber, I think, in that board, making it more stable at high speeds. So yeah, there's a few for you. Oh, Kaz saying we won't be down under this year. What do you know that I don't? Jag Productions saying, are you coming back to Revelstoke this season? Yeah, it would be great to get back into the Rocky Mountains of Canada again. Yeah, hopefully get out there next winter. Maybe go to there's like Revelstoke, Golden, Fernie, Red Mountain, all those places in the Rockies would be really fun to visit. Awesome. Sweet, guys. So we're just over an hour on the live chat, I believe. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, let's keep going. We're only at 53 minutes. I thought we were longer. Camden is back again. Reggie saying, let's make 55 likes. Yeah, I think if we get to 55 likes, we're at 43 likes, 57 viewers. Yeah, let's see if we can get to 55 likes. Edward watching from Australia. Mika saying, I live in West Oregon. What ski resort would you recommend? Awesome. Yeah, you have a couple great resorts in Oregon. So it depends on where you like West Oregon. I don't know exactly where you would be. Are you near Portland? I know that's kind of, is that like North Oregon? But Mount Hood has a few resorts like right on it. So there's Timberline, which is more, I think, more like for park. Um, there's a place called, I think it's called Ski Bowl, which is right there as well, which is a bit smaller, like a smaller, more family friendly resort. And there's also Mount Hood Meadows, which believe is better for like just doing like runs or trees. So yeah, Mount Hood Meadows, Timberline, and Ski Bowl, all at Mount Hood. I think that's about an hour and a half east of Portland. And another like favorite spot of mine is Mount Bachelor. So Bend, Oregon, which is probably I guess like a 3.5 or 4 hour drive from Portland. You go down to Bend, and then Mount Bachelor is an amazing mountain. It has a park, but it also has lots of great tree riding, great powder, and yeah, just tons to explore. So yeah, two really cool mountains there as well. So there's a few in Oregon. Yeah, I would love to get down to both of those soon. Cody Kimber is saying Australia is relaxing more restrictions today, so by July you might be able to come. Okay, well hopefully, yeah, that'd be sweet. And Justin Visey saying that Mount Bachelor is on the Icon Pass now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool with these like passes that allow you to go to all these different resorts. Phantom Trick Shot saying, "Have you ever been down to Ohio? Not the biggest, but the people are great and everyone loves you here." Awesome, man. Yeah, we'll have to visit Ohio for snowboarding someday. I've The only place I've been to Cleveland, Ohio once, and that was for a wedding, and it seemed like a really cool place. I liked Cleveland as a city. Went to a Cleveland Browns football game, so that was pretty cool. And I grew up like not far from Ohio, so like across Lake Ontario in near Toronto, Ontario, Canada is where I grew up. So not super far from Ohio, but yeah, we'll have to get out to Ohio at some point. Owen wants to know, have you ever been to Lake Louise? No, never been to Lake Louise. That'd be a cool spot to check out as well. Tomer wants to know, do you use all temp or a specific temp wax? So I think I have three different waxes. So I have like a cold temp wax, an all temp, and a warm temp wax. So when I was in the springtime, I'm pretty much always using the warm temp wax, but it depends on where I'm going. Like if I'm going to a place like Japan, the temperatures are usually a lot colder. So I'll use a cold temp wax. And the middle of the season here in Whistler, I'm probably using a more colder temp wax. But I think it's just about looking at the weather forecast and then putting a wax on that's going to match the forecast that is coming for when you're going to be snowboarding. So early season, it's you don't really know what it's going to be like. So when I put wax on my board to store for the summer, I just put an all temp wax on it because that's kind of like the safest bet for the upcoming season. So yeah, just yeah, think about that. But yeah, for me, the all temp wax for storing the board. Owen saying Red Mountain has some great powder spots. Awesome. Yeah, would love to get out there. Some of those, yeah, interior mountains look really fun. Um, Red's Reggie saying, Kevin, can you make a hashtag mod squad for OG and Reg Old Man Shredder? Thanks. Uh, can you make hashtag mod squad for OG and okay, I think okay. So moderator for Reggie And Old Man Shredder, yeah, for sure. Reggie, are you a moderator? Yeah, you're a moderator, right? Let me just check this out. Yeah, Old Man Shredder can be a moderator for sure. Where is he? Old Man Shredder. Add moderator. Old Man Shredder, if you want to be a moderator, man, I guess I gave you access. You're an OG for sure. And Mika is saying, will you be going to Mount Hood this season? Yeah, I'm planning on it. And I've talked to the guys at the High Cascade Snowboard Camp. So hopefully we'll be able to go for session 2. But I'm not 100% yet on whether the border's going to be open or what's going to happen. But I'll find out soon for you guys whether to confirm if I'm going to be at session 2. Because at the moment, it's kind of a little bit up in the air. But yeah, Old Man Shredder, moderator powers enabled. Awesome. Yeah, because, shout out to all the moderators keeping the chats clean and organized. Justin Visey, is Justin Visey, are you a moderator? I made Justin, if you want to be a moderator too, man, I gave you moderator powers as well. Tomer saying you are now in elite status. Yeah, these are like the people I can trust. I trust all you guys, but some of the moderators, like I've either met them or I've seen their YouTube channels, or they've been like vetted by the other moderators. And Reggie saying support for the channel with love from the DWCP crew. Awesome. Thank you, Reggie. Appreciate it, man. Reggie, you live in like my favorite place, my favorite sounding place in the world, Cucamonga, California. Rancho Cucamonga, sorry. Snowboard Alice wants to know, what's a moderator? So moderators can basically just, if people leave any like weird comments or anything rude, then a moderator has the ability to like put somebody on timeout or to delete a comment, or I think to like suspend somebody too. So that's why I don't want to have, just give it to people that I can trust. So they're just moderating properly. Tomer says, definitely don't trust us. Nice. Phantom says, when will your next live stream be? It's fun to watch you talk about what you're good at. Thanks, man. So the next live stream will be like a live stream like this will be next Thursday. So they're every Thursday. They'll be every Thursday at 3 p.m. Vancouver time. So. And Jen says, dude, come to Utah. The snow is amazing. Yeah, I've been planning on coming down to Utah for a while. I almost made a trip to Utah this year. It didn't work out, but yeah, I would love to get down to Utah. I've seen it looks great down there. Awesome, guys. So we're just over the 1 hour mark. Just going to call the live chat there. But yeah, big shout out to everyone. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Yeah, May is trick month on the channel. So if you guys have any snowboard tricks requests, definitely leave them for me in the comments. And yeah, I've compiled all my park footage from the last year. I'm going to put out some snowboard trick content for May. And yeah, hopefully we get to start snowboarding soon. Everyone in the Southern Hemisphere, hopefully things start to open back up and we can actually get back to snowboarding. But we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, thank you guys all very much for tuning in. Yeah, if you guys haven't yet, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you get notified every time I do one of these live videos. But yeah, really appreciate it, guys. Thanks also to everyone that did a super chat, everyone that liked, and yeah, just everyone that dropped a comment. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are having a good time out there, being safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one soon. Later, guys.